guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home. I keep saying this every day, this show. Still home of the AFC champion, Cincinnati Bengals. And don't you forget it. Even though we're 0-2, it doesn't matter. We're still champs. Anyway, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm at the 1,888 subscribers. As always, that is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button. Hit the bell for notification. And every time I go live, you'll be notified. Now, normally I tell you to give me a super chat. But we're recording this because I'm trying to go to my nephew's football game. So you can give me a super chat. I just probably won't be able to put it up. I'll just say it that way. Anyway, as always, I'm coming to you normally live, but it's recorded from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And this weekend, make sure you guys go enjoy a delicious can or glass of Jackpot Joey beer. I would greatly appreciate it because this show is sponsored by that. Anyway, we have a great thing going this weekend. I cannot wait to get to it. We are having the Jackpot Joey Bengals versus Jets watch party. Again, it is at RJ Cinema. It is right next to Jungle Gym's Eastgate. Doors open around 11:30. We got big cushiony leather seats. Big screen TV, Jackpot Joey beer flowing, food, all kinds of stuff. There's no cover charge. I'll repeat this. People ask me this, how many are tickets? How much tickets? There's no cover charge, no tickets. Just show up. And if you're one of the first 50 people, which to me, Maddie's crazy. But if you're one of the first 50 people, he's going to give you a free glass of Jackpot Joey beer. One per person, but he's giving away 50 freaking beers. So get there early, show up, let's have some fun, and let's root on the Bengals to beat the Jets and get back on the winning streak. All right, all that stuff out the way. I started the week off, as I usually do during the season, with Bengals cap. And me and him recap the Bengals games. Unfortunately, it's been 2 losses. So I figured I'm going to try to change things up and end the week on this fun Football Friday show with the better half. And we all know this is the better half of Bengals captain. It's Hubei. It's Jess.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
What's going on, Jess? How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but you know what? I believe that we're gonna get this back on track. So
absolutely, I cannot see I can't see the Bengals going 0-3. I can't believe we're 0-2. I can't see us going 0-3. I can't see us going into New York and playing the Jets again, playing a backup quarterback, and again losing. I can't see that. It's not going to happen. Me and my son got in this argument all week. He said, well, we got to blow the Jets out. I said, we should, but we just got to get a win. Just win, baby, as Al Davis would say. We just got to get on the winning track. Get to that, 1-2. We got to get at least there because then next Thursday, you and me and Cap and everybody else, we're all going to be in the jungle, wearing all our whites, watching the Ring of Honor, and hopefully watch the Bengals beat the Miami Dolphins to get back to 500. But let's get the first things first. We got the Jets coming up here. Joe Flacco. All right, he's used to be a pretty good quarterback. He maybe caught lightning in a bottle last week. Do you think he does it 2 weeks in a row?
I don't think so. I think Joe Flacco is very fluky. And I think you want to talk about Super Bowl flukes. I think he's probably the least talented quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl. But I was happy for what he did to the Browns last week, which was hilarious. But I will say that at least Joe Flacco is a quarterback that the Bengals are familiar with. Maybe not this team specifically, but, I feel like he's a guy that's been around long enough that you know what he's going to do. And I think the Jets, they have some young talent on their team, but I'm not scared. I think that we should have easily won those 2 games that we lost. We could have won
Oh, yeah.
those 2 games
yeah.
that we lost. And they were both completely different scenarios. So people are like, oh, you know, they've lost 2 games. Yeah, but they lost them in completely different fashions. So it's not like there's one glaring thing that's very concerning. I mean, other than the offensive line issues, I can see why people have, you know, are worried about that. But I feel like it was 2 completely separate losses. And I think that it's going to click. They're going to get it together. So
Absolutely. I mean, I can't see them because, like you said, the offensive line problems have mostly just been communication, and mostly if you rewatch the game, I tortured myself and rewatched it twice.
Oh,
Most of them
why?
were from. Well, I do a show every day, 5:00. I gotta someone know what I'm talking about. So
Oh,
I did that, but look at most of the problems are coming from the tackles up the middle. My boy Teddy Karras, who toot my own horn, been on my show.
yeah.
Him and Alex Kappa, and even Cordell Volson, they look like they got their stuff together.
Yeah.
Well, now it's come out that he still is having back issues, which makes sense. Now, it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
why he misses Micah Parsons and completely lets him run right toward Joe Burrow to sack him twice. That doesn't make sense. But the maneuverability and stuff, he's looking stiff out there, makes a little more sense of what's going on with him. Jonah Williams, that one I can't figure out yet because he's been in the system and Frank Pollock and all that stuff. So that one does worry me a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, people had concerns about Jonah at camp, and people were just thinking like, oh, Trey Hendrickson is just really the man, which, hey, I'm on board with that
Yeah.
train of thought. You know, I love Trey Hendrickson. So, you know, we kind of thought during camp that it was just that Trey Hendrickson was just really, really, really awesome, which he totally is. But now I think it's kind of like we were hoping that Jonah would take a step up this year. And it sort of seems like he's taken like, I don't want to say a step back, but he's definitely not doing what I hoped he would, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I keep saying this, and I hate saying the same thing, but they all look rusty to me, you know.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this: we had the longest, us and the Rams had the shortest offseason in NFL history because we played the longest, you know, in season in NFL history. And since the offensive line really never played a game together until week 1 against the Squealers, you know, that was the first time they actually played a game together. It's going to take some time for them to get going, and it's an excuse, but it's the only thing I could think of as to why they're playing like, because their talent level is higher than the guys that we had there before. You know, it just says across the board, they're more talented offensive line than the guys we had there before. They should be playing better. So that's where I'm not completely worried about it. But if we do, for some crazy reason, go to New York and lose, and we're 0-3, we're in some serious trouble. I mean, I really think this is a must-win for the Bengals this week.
Yeah, it's hard to say any game in week 3 is a must win. And, you know, theoretically they could lose this game and we could win every game afterwards. But, you know, it does make it harder. The thing that gives me hope, I mean, when you look at these other teams, like when I look at the Tennessee Titans and see how they lost, you know, they got embarrassed against the Bills. So at least it's not that, you know, at least we're not going out there and just completely, you know, crapping the bed.
They're not going out there just blowing our doors off. I mean, they're in both get a play here, a Clark Harris injury away from at least being 1-1, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and honestly, I keep thinking that against the Steelers, they should have gone for 2 because we're so good at going for 2 instead of trying to kick a field goal with the backup long snapper. I wish they could have just gone for 2 and we would have won that game, and then nobody would be talking. We would not be talking about this if we had just won that game. But
exactly, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But we didn't, and here we are. So, and the thing is too is and you know, I love Clark Harris. I love him so much. Forgot his name for a second there. But I think Cal Adamitis did a fine job snapping last week. I didn't see any issues whatsoever.
No, so, I mean, I think a lot of people forget that he almost won the job from Clark. So it's not like we had some, you know, it's not like we're running out and scraping the bottom of the barrel for a long snapper. I mean, he was good enough to damn near make the team the first go round. So I think we are just extremely lucky. It could not have worked out any better for us to have had him stashed away in our practice squad. So I'm very, very thankful for Cal. And I'm so happy that he's able to step up and be our long snapper this year. Cause I think that's a non-issue at this point.
Absolutely non-issue. That's like you just said, just think if we didn't have him, we would be going and try to fight.
How many other teams? How many other
Right.
teams have a long snapper like that on their practice squad? I think
Right.
probably zero. I don't know for sure, but I'd say
Yeah.
probably none.
So shout out to Duke Tobin and Zach and everybody else for being smart enough to keep them, because I mean,
Heck yeah.
yeah, that's that. I mean, I actually never even thought about that till you just said that. I mean, we would be up the creek, man.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause-
we'd be trying to sign somebody and, it's hard.
yeah. Or Wilcox would have to be our snapper. And
That's that would be a nightmare.
so
I
I'll
mean,
keep him as the third string tight end for now. Speaking of tight
right.
ends, is this going to be a CJ Uzama revenge game? I mean, is he going to come out and just ball out against us?
I really doubt it. I mean, he didn't even ball out for us. I don't think he's going to ball out against us, but I don't miss CJ. I wish him all the luck, but I think that we're in a good spot with Hayden Hurst, and I think I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked if
I don't think he played last week though, so I don't know what all. I don't keep up with other teams' injury
Yeah.
reports, but I don't know
I don't
what
either,
all
but
is
I
going
know
on
that
with him. So
the first week he barely played at all, because I mean, that's what I never understood why he went there. They signed him, then they
yeah,
signed another tight end, then they drafted one. I'm like, you're not even going to play anyway. We're not even talking about that. I
yeah.
just, that was still bothering
Well,
my
they
mind.
paid him money, so hey, good for him.
Right.
Get
So
your bag.
he's got his bag, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So since we are 0-2 here, and I've been asking different guests on the show this week, like last weekend, I was watching the game at a local establishment here, and then at the time I'm like, I gotta leave. We gotta go somewhere. I gotta do something. Try to change the car or do something. So I went home. Obviously, it didn't help. What have you done like this week? I'm like, I'm not gonna wear it. Like I have game day attire. If we win, I'll wear that. And I keep wearing that until we lose. And then I haven't found one yet to wear that we win in yet. So what do you do is like superstitious or anything like that to try to help break the losing streak here for the Bengals?
So I have these lucky socks that I wear when I'm at work, when I'm at work. But because the game was late, I was actually leaving work as it was starting. And then I got to the bar where we were going to watch it at like halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my lucky socks on, but they were not very lucky. And then I thought, well, maybe they're only lucky when I'm at work. But I also wore them for the Ravens game last year again when we went into Baltimore. So I had them on for that game too. So I don't the luck is questionable on my lucky socks right now. So I may just switch it up. I have not hung my wreath in the past year because I was worried that it was bad luck, but I think I'm going to hang it and just see, because I feel like the luck can't get any worse right now. So I'm just going to maybe hang my wreath and see. But then I also sort of feel like the white tiger is going to kind of be like the thing this year. So maybe it's all about the white tiger. Maybe
I like that shirt.
Maybe that's gonna be the luck charm, this week or this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. And then part of me, my rational scientific brain says that nothing that we do matters. But
oh, that's not true. You do everything we do matter. Come on, Jess.
So it's hard for me to get too wrapped up in superstitions, but I do get a little bit superstitious when people start recording at games, because I feel like when the Bengals would come down to our end zone and people would start recording, things were going badly. And so I kept yelling at people to stop recording, because I felt like people recording was bad luck for some reason. I don't know. It's stupid, but
no, there's no stupid superstition. There's nothing stupid about that. If they're recording and we're losing, people, if you're down 158, you just stop recording. Okay, that's what's keeping us from losing. By the way, what is the picture behind you? It looks like you got jackpot behind you. Is that in a
oh
Bengal?
Yeah, I do. This is I'm gonna try not to wreck my whole setup here. So I'm actually live from my lady lair or man cave, depending on who's down here. When I'm down here by myself, it's my lady lair. But that's actually a really awesome piece by the artist name just completely flew out of my brain. But Sean Volker. Jesus. Sorry, I was not prepared for that. I apologize.
Sorry,
Sean,
I just saw it back. I'm like, dude, that is badass looking. I like
Sean Volker. Yeah, Sean Volker does the paintings with the foil, and they're really awesome. And they're hard to. It's hard to even appreciate.
Right.
In person, it really just pops. So I love Sean Volker's work. But yeah, so
it looks really, really, really good. So,
Thanks. Yeah, I love it.
so speaking of, we talk about the white tiger. So we got that coming up Thursday. Do you have your?
Yeah.
Because I got a certain outfit that's coming out that I'm not
Yeah.
showing anybody till you have to come see me.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Ha.
I'll blinged out and get my hair done and everything. No, I was kidding.
Wow.
Do you have? I don't have any hair to get it done. This it's just there's no way.
You're gonna
Um,
get some hair, and
I'm,
then you're gonna
I'm
get that
gonna
hair
add
done.
some hair. There you go. Do you have a certain outfit that you and Cap are going to unveil then, or have you put thought into it, or were you guys
Yeah,
at the white tiger?
actually, I'm really excited for it. I love a theme. I
Mhm.
love any type of theme party or anything like that. So yeah, I have a white outfit. I actually I got a white Bengals jacket, like a white jean jacket,
Uh-huh.
like several years ago. I found it in the clearance section at the pro shop. If you sometimes they have stuff on clearance.
Yeah.
If you go all the way to the
Yeah.
back of the pro
Yep.
shop, past the women's stuff, sometimes
Oh,
they'll
back
have
like
stuff
on the
back there.
side there. It's like right by the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I found this jacket back there one year, and it's been like probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I kept thinking like, "Oh, I'll do something with it. I'll paint it. I'll do something with it." And I just never did. I've just had it for all these years. And so I think I'm going to definitely wear that. And then I was going to wear shorts, but now that the weather has
Yeah.
changed, I might wear I have white tiger leggings that I wore last year, so I might wear those. But I'm really excited because Blindside Images is one of my favorite t-shirt companies. Tony that owns it is a really nice guy. He and his wife Megan, and they just had a baby. So they're like my favorite people, and they have Blindside Images. So make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. But they have some white tiger stuff that they
Sweet.
just done new this year. So I have a white tiger shirt from them. It's a white shirt with a black tiger, like a black like silhouette of a tiger on it. So I'm gonna wear that. So I'm pretty excited. I think Cap is gonna do a white captain suit. I'm not really sure how that's all gonna work out because we've not started it yet. But
Ooh, you better hurry up.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's I'm excited. It's gonna be
Wait,
fun.
wait. Are you
I'm
telling me
excited
Cap?
for Thursday night.
Are you telling me Cap has procrastinated on something he said he'd do? I mean, that's shocking. That sounds nothing like him at all from the guy I know.
Yeah. It'll get done. It might be midnight, but it'll get done.
You guys are coming all blurry eyed and everything. All right, we got it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
is
that's
he
how the
tired?
first captain outfit started. He was up
Right.
till like 2 a.m. making this thing, and it was such a mess. And he was like, "I'm not wearing it." And I said, "You're wearing it. You are wearing that. We spent all night on it. You're gonna wear
And look where you're
it."
at now. I'm still waiting for him to
Exactly.
get the one with the tiger stripes on the inside. He's showing me a little bit of it. That one looks cool. If you'd ever.
Yeah. That's the pursuit is who does the Ring of Honor jackets with the tiger stripes on the inside. Those are pretty awesome. But
Zach, speaking of Ring of Honor, are you guys going to the? I think you guys are going to the dinner, aren't you?
yeah, we are. Yeah. On Wednesday
That's
night. I'm excited.
I would like to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But what?
Hmm.
You guys went to it last year. Why don't you tell everybody about
Yeah.
your experience about it last year?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was really incredible. I love hearing these guys speak, these older guys that have
Right.
been, on the teams of years past. They have a lot of really awesome stories. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was that I feel like there's a lot of hate for Chris Collinsworth, and I totally get it because I was not his biggest fan because I only ever really knew him in the broadcast booth. And in the broadcast booth, he low key annoys the crap out of me because I feel like he tries to overcompensate his love
Yes.
for the Bengals by, being kind of crappy about it. So I never really appreciated him until I went and saw him like speak at these events. And that's when you realize that no, he loves the Bengals so much that he feels weird about it. He feels like he's got to like put up this wall of professionalism, and that was something I was not really prepared for. I really kind of thought, I mean, he really fooled me. He really did. He really fooled me to thinking that he really just did not like the Bengals. And I just like, it really pissed me off. But then when you actually hear him talk and hear him tell these old stories, it's, it couldn't be further from the truth. He loves the Bengals and he loved his time as a Bengal. And the thing that really gets me too is all these guys that still live in Cincinnati. Like we went to an Anthony Munoz thing not too long ago, and there were like 10 former players there just all hanging out. Like they just so happened to be there. And I think a lot of them still live in town. So I think it really speaks to what a great city Cincinnati is, what a wonderful place it is to raise a family. And so I really it really touches me that these guys, a lot of them have stayed local, and I love hearing their stories. They tell stories about, messing with the rookies, telling them that they got to go catch turkeys and like sending them on literally like a turkey hunt thing. And like, yeah,
it sounds like a lot of fun, but I won't go back to what you said about Chris Collinsworth. And I'm glad you said that, because growing up as a kid, full disclosure, I'm a little older than Jess. That's why I got gray in my ears. So I saw Chris Collinsworth play. He was my favorite player when I was a kid. So
Aww.
when they get the hate on him, and like my dad was just like, oh, he was so bad against the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I was like, he's got to do that. I was like, and I'm like, he does that because he doesn't want. He's got to be a professional. He's got to,
he wants to keep his job. I mean, if you had a job and you were constantly like, oh, the Bengals, they're so great. Oh, the Bengals, they're so great. People would not take you seriously. And I think he could probably
all the time.
he could bring it back a little bit. I think he could bring it back. I think he's overcompensating.
Yes.
But I truly did not appreciate him until I saw him speak. And the first time I saw him speak actually was at an event that Andy Dalton had. That it was Andy Dalton and Ken Anderson. They had a joint event for both of their charities. They called it Bengals Legends Past and Present. So there was some current guys there and some older guys there. So that was the first time I actually heard him talk about that kind of stuff. I think that was 2019 that happened. So it's been a couple times now that I've gotten to see him speak, and it's a lot of fun. They're all great, but he's a lot of fun, and so.
Well, maybe one of these years I'll get to make it. I love to go. I got so much other stuff going on. I can't. It sounds like a lot of fun. So I'll let you and Kappa represent me there, and just tell everybody I said Iceman says hi. They're like,
okay,
who?
I will tell everyone.
Yeah, they're like who? Don't worry about it. Anyway, so all right, we talked about the offensive line, and I think another issue that we've had is I think Joe Burrow has been playing like Joe Burrow and not like jackpot Joey Burrow. I don't think he's put the cape and glasses on, and he hasn't turned into the jackpot yet. I got a feeling that's coming this week, and there's something that Joe said this week that I thought was kind of interesting, because he kind of did this last year. I can't remember what the game was, but I think we had lost 2 in a row or something, and he was kind of telling everybody relax, and he kind of said the same thing this week. Here's a clip of it.
Everyone is frustrated, but like I said, we're not panicking. 2 games in, we got 15 games left. So I'll just take a deep breath and relax. We're gonna be fine.
Take deep breath, relax, and
Woosah.
Last time he said that, I think we ripped off like 3 or 4 in a row. So that's why I say, just because of that clip right there, I think jackpot is back this weekend. What do you think?
I think that a lot of people don't appreciate the surgery that he had and the gravity of all of that. I mean, a ruptured appendix is a medical emergency. It basically just unleashes this ungodly infection into your abdominal cavity, and it requires antibiotics and major open surgery. I mean, most people, when their appendix is about to rupture, they can make tiny little holes and take it out laparoscopically, and it's not a big deal. But when your appendix has actually ruptured, you have this organ, an organ that has completely ruptured, filled with infection, and then ruptured. So it's basically getting infection everywhere. And, people saw him with the IV. He was getting antibiotics through his IV, even after the fact, even after he was released from the hospital. So I don't think enough people really understand the gravity of the surgery that he had, because he is such a fast healer, and because he kind of blew it off and everything was very diminished. I don't think people truly appreciated that, first of all. Second of all, I think that he is having a really hard time seeing the field and seeing his receivers open. And I think that there was Jeff Schwartz is a former offensive lineman who I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but I follow him on Twitter. I really like him. His wife's really pretty, and she has a really great shoe collection, and I'm very jealous. But so he actually did like a 4-minute breakdown. He said, in this one clip, I will show you everything that is wrong with this offense right now. And there were several different things, but one of the things that I think he pointed out that a lot of people didn't realize is that receivers are open downfield. He's just not getting the ball out. He's not getting the ball out in time. And I think that is not a good recipe for success. So I think that they're going to get on better page communication wise. He's going to start to trust his guys up front more. And I think it's all going to come together. And I remember in that press conference, he said that they had lost 2 in a row before they went to Vegas. And we all know how that turned out.
Yep.
Because, Cap even said to me after we lost to the Browns, Cap was like, do you really want to go to Vegas? And I said, yeah, I really do. And he was like, okay, we'll go, and because it was kind of like, is this going to
Right.
be
Because
any
that
good?
Browns game last year, that was a dud.
That was demoralizing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun. So, it's like they can lose a few games, they can get it back. They can, you know what I mean? And especially the Chicago Bears game last year. I mean, that game was awful. That game was just a comedy of errors. So I really feel like they had bad games last year. We forgot about them because of how it turned out,
Right.
And I feel like we're in a Groundhog Day situation where everybody's saying the same things they were saying last year about Zach and the play calling and the offensive line. And everybody has the same gripes that they had last year.
Yep.
And then we got it together. We turned it around. We went to the Super Bowl. And, obviously the offensive line was still a problem, but we found ways around it and we were able to have success despite it. So I think that we can get that back again. I think these guys are better on paper than the guys last year. And I think that they just need to work on communication a little bit and then they'll get it together and it'll be great again. And I think, are we going to go back to the Super Bowl this year? I don't know, but we could. We have the talent. We have the guys. I think that the sky's the limit, honestly. But, maybe we don't go this year. Maybe we go again next year. I think this team is going to be good for a very long time. And there are good teams that don't go to the Super Bowl every year. I mean, look at Tom Brady and the Patriots. Look how much they won the Super Bowl, but look at the years that they didn't go. I mean, they had plenty of years where they were good, but didn't go to the Super Bowl. So I think for people to say that if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, then this year is a failure, I think need to get a grip and, think about, a lot of us have been fans of this team for a very long time. And yes, instant success is fun. We all enjoyed it. We all had a great time last year. But the truth is that sometimes it's not always great. You got to kind of stick through it, through the thick and the thin. And eventually it will be good again. You just have to get there.
Exactly. And everybody who jumped off and who wants to sell their season tickets, bye.
There's a waiting list. Go ahead. There's a waiting list.
That's what I say.
There are a lot of people who wanted tickets who couldn't get them. So you know what? If you don't want your tickets anymore, there's somebody waiting for your tickets.
Exactly. And it's interesting that you're talking about that breakdown there because that's exactly what my son, who was supposed to do a film breakdown for me, but he looked at the all 22 or whatever. And that's exactly what he said. He goes, there are guys that are downfield that Joe's missing. And that's where I've come up with a thing. Like he's playing like Joe Burrow. He's not playing like Jackpot. The ball, when he gets the ball out faster to open guys, if you just watch the game, he's holding on to the ball too long. There were lots of times last year where, it's 3-step drop and that ball was gone. Even 2019 or 2020, the year he got hurt, before he got hurt, he was doing that 3-step drop, boom, the ball is gone. That's not happening right now. And it could be because of the appendectomy, which I will speak from personal experience. I had that exact same thing happen to me about 7 years ago. It sucks. Yeah, my stomach, I was stubborn. My stomach hurt for like a week before I actually finally went to the emergency room. I thought I had a stomach bug. I did. I thought I had, it wasn't like sharp pains. Yeah, and I finally.
And you ruptured?
Yeah, I ruptured. It was like a rupture.
Oh my gosh.
Saturday night. I'm like, oh man, finally feels better. I'm like, I think I'm getting over this thing. Well, that's because it ruptured.
Yeah.
And then next day I woke up.
Oh my
God.
God.
Man, then I started shaking and. Yeah, I was like, I gotta go to the hospital.
Oh my God, Jeff.
Yeah, I should have won a couple of days earlier. And they go, yeah, we need to get in there like now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, not to get into.
Okay, so you know. I don't think a lot of people know.
No, I know. It's serious, man. And like I said, I'm not. Oh, I'm 47 now. I was 40. I've been 40, 41. I don't remember how old I was. So I'm not a elite 25-year-old NFL athlete like Joe Burrow is, so he could, recover faster than me. I was out of work for a good month and a half before I could do anything. So, and I for a while you could still feel it tugging or whatever on your stomach down there. So it is something. That is. So people to brush it off, like it is a big deal when that does happen. So that is something. And plus all the weight he lost because he worked really hard to put more weight on himself, get stronger. He basically lost all that. And it's hard to add it on during the season. So there is meat on the bone to what you're saying of why, as far as his physicality. Now, missing reads down the field, that I don't know. Maybe just rusty. I don't have an explanation for that. But everything you're saying is all legit reasons. And people come at me like, oh, you guys are just making excuses. Like, but we're not making them up. I mean, these
Right.
are legit things that are why, because talent wise, we should have not lost to the Cowboys. We should have not lost to the Squirrels. We shouldn't have. We're way more talented than they are. We're a better team. They shouldn't have. I'm not saying they should have been blowouts, but we should have won. We damn near won both
Yeah.
of them. So that's
Yeah.
where I think they're going to turn around this week.
I totally agree. I think that, and another thing that Jeff Schwartz talked about in his video was that the offensive line guys, they're backing way up. They're all the way in his lap when he's trying to throw the ball. So it could be that he just isn't literally cannot see them because there's
Right.
guys in his face. So it's just, it's going to take some time, I think, to get it together, but I think that they can win games while they're getting it together. I mean, they could have won both of those games. I honestly thought that Cowboys game was headed to overtime. I really did.
Dude,
I
Jess,
thought, okay, we're going to
I
go
thought-
to overtime. It's no big deal.
I thought he missed the field goal, to be honest.
Really? I couldn't. Yeah.
I thought he missed it. I wasn't sure. I wasn't jumping down saying he missed it. I was looking at the refs down there, for the throw their arms. I'm like, oh, crap. Oh, I thought he missed it. Because he kicked it, it just kept going slowly like this. I'm like, oh, like,
yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah. So I really thought that game was going to overtime, and I think if that game had gone to overtime, I think we win that game. I really do, because they were finally starting to click on that drive, that 8-9 minute drive, whatever it was, where they scored that touchdown. They were really starting to click, and I think that they could have, if that game had gone to overtime. I think the defense was just spent at that point. Like, they can only do so much to win us the game week in and week out. So I really feel like, it is what it is. But I think
I like the side there. Like,
it's just so tough. It's so tough because it's like, on the one hand, it's like your defense has been so good, but I wish that they hadn't given up those points in the first half. Obviously Zeke is good. Cooper Rush looked like a freaking Pro Bowler out there. I mean, I just feel like I wish they wouldn't have given up those points in the first half, but I feel like they've been so solid. It's like, can I even really say that? I mean, it's okay to give up 14 points or so if your offense can score 30 points. I mean, if you can score 30 points a game, you're winning a lot of games. So it's like our offense is the biggest problem, but right now, because our offense is not doing well, I feel like our defense has to get somehow win all of these games for us. So it's just like, it's hard for me to even be mad at the defense for that, because they finally got the ball, which is one thing people were hollering about, was getting the ball. So, they had some really great plays. But again, these are very close games, and it's hard to win in the NFL. I mean, yes, you can say that the Cowboys aren't a good team. You can say that the Steelers are not a good team, and you'd be right, but it's still hard to win in the NFL. These guys still get paid big bucks. These coaches and coordinators get paid big bucks to figure out how we were successful last year and how to take that away this year. And I think that in a lot of ways, they've kind of figured some things out. And so it's just going to be harder this year. It just is.
It's just like they say, any given Sunday. And that's
Yeah.
legit. Any given Sunday,
100%.
anybody can beat anybody. So we're about
Yeah.
30 minutes into it here. I want to remind everybody, this is a recorded show. So if you guys
Yes.
make comments or anything right now, and I'm not putting them up, I'm sorry. So, but I do want to let everybody know, for the last time for this week, that Sunday we will be having a Jackpot Joey Bengals versus Jets watch party. Again, it's at RJ Cinema. Justin's going in from the side. And like I said, it's going to be nice leather seats, Jackpot Joey beer on tap.
Wow.
And it's going to be a big-ass movie screen. I've always wanted to watch a football game on a screen that big. So RJ Cinemas right next to Jungle Gym's Eastgate. So I know you guys – see, this is why you got to move to Cincinnati so you can come hang out with me at these things. You guys live in
Well,
Columbus.
I actually have to work, or else I would totally go. I'll be at work. So, sorry.
Just call it sick. I'll write you a note.
Right.
You got Iceman. Dr. Ice says I got Bengalitis.
There's no sick days at the hospital.
Dang it. Oh, man. All right.
They're like, are you dead? No, you can come in and write notes. I wrote notes from my office when I had COVID. I would go to work and close the door and write my notes on my patients, because there's no sick days. Like, doesn't work that way.
I guess you can go be important. Whatever, just fine. I'm kidding. Anyway, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This next 5 days, and I'm not trying to make this any bigger deal than it has to be, but this Sunday and next Thursday, I think it's going to make or break our season. I mean, it's a short turnaround. We got the Jets. Then we turn around, go home to the Dolphins. I don't even want to be 1-3. I want to be at least 2-2. I'm hoping to win both these.
Yeah.
And we can turn this
I
thing
think
around.
we can win both of them.
Oh, absolutely. They're both winnable. Now, Miami, don't get me wrong, they played really well last week in Baltimore. We still could beat them, I think. It's going to be at home, Ring of Honor night.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
As long as, I mean, so, last Thursday, the last Thursday night game at in Cincinnati, I can't say Paycor yet. I'm still going to say Paul Brown Stadium. But
Paycor!
So the last Thursday night game, I mean, Jacksonville went up, what was it, 21-0 at halftime?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and we still came back and won that game. So I really feel like it's possible that against Miami, and I realize this is way in the future, but I feel like watching, or I actually didn't watch any of that game. I listened to part of it on the radio, but that game, they kind of started slow and then they ended well. But I feel like we can, if they're getting hot at the end, I feel like we can answer. We have an answer for that.
Right.
So
right, exactly. And
I'm not really worried. I respect them, but I'm not worried about them.
Right.
And I have no respect for the Jets. So
well, that goes toward just the whole season too in general. Is I'd rather get all these hiccups and everything out of the way.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season. So we're rolling when it comes to, we're hopefully rolling into the playoffs. And because it doesn't, I mean, yeah, I like to win get the number one seed and be the number one seed going in. We just proved last year, it doesn't matter. And well, you just got to get in. As long as you get in, anything can happen. I mean,
yeah.
And I always come at people and they're like, "Oh, you guys got lucky." I'm like, dude, it's not luck when you go into Tennessee. The number one seed.
You make your own luck.
Yeah, and it's not luck when you go to Kansas City and beat them. That's not luck. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, 100% agree. And you're so right. These games, if we can win down the stretch and we can make it to the playoffs, if we can win our division, we can make it to the playoffs. These little games that everyone is so upset about right now are not going to matter. Just like the Chicago game didn't matter and the Browns game didn't matter. Like none of those games mattered at the end of the year. So it's going to be fine, guys. Just listen to Jackpot Joey. Listen to him when he tells you it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Believe him.
Right. And just like you brought up last year about the Jacksonville game, the Thursday night game last year, we're down 21 points at halftime. We came rolling back. He like I said, he was Joe. He was Joe at first half. He went in the locker room, put the cape and sunglasses on, became Jackpot and rolled us back.
Exactly.
He came roaring back. So that's what can happen. And that is where Joe is working to get to. Like I said, we got that protectomy. We got to do offensive line, shortest offseason ever. And for the love of God, could Joe ever have a normal offseason? Would be wonderful one of these years. It's really literally ridiculous that he can't just have a normal one even since he got in here. But that's the thing. It's like, that's where I'm not on the panic button yet,
Exactly.
That's why we're trying to try. Everybody just keep the faith, drink a Jackpot Joey beer, chill out, and enjoy the game Sunday. We're going to have some fun.
Agreed. Well, I hope you guys have a lot of fun at the movie theater. That sounds awesome. I love going to movie theaters. So yeah,
I've never been the one where you can watch a football game, and so I think it's cool. What
are you guys going to be doing that like a lot, or is this just a one-time deal?
Well, it depends how this is going. We got some other things. We got some other things in the work as well. I can't say anything yet because it's not totally official yet, but we're working on a couple of things. So,
well, that's awesome. That's great. I love it.
It should be a lot of fun. What do you guys got coming up on Tiger Stock? You got any shows coming soon? Any cool guests? What do you got going on?
So we are really excited. So this year we have debuted a new segment called Bombshell Breakdown. So Coach Kyle Caskey was the running backs coach for the Bengals for a while. He then went to the Lions, then he went to the Jags, and now he is sort of doing like he's teaching master classes and things like that. So his wife, Kayla, is incredibly intelligent about football. She comes from like a football family, and she is really, really, really smart about football. And when Kyle,
that's the only problem.
Well, when Kyle was with the Bengals, she and I became really good friends. And so, we've kept in touch over the years and everything, we exchange Christmas cards every year. Like we're really, really good friends. And so because she's just an incredibly awesome person. And so when Kyle was talking about doing, he's got some different things in the works. I don't want to say too much. I don't know what all he's put out there yet, but, Kyle was talking about, doing some things like that where he breaks down things for people and shows people different concepts. And that really got me thinking, like, that would be great if I could get Kayla on Tigers Talk to break down some plays too. And so now we have the bombshell breakdown on Tigers Talk every week. So our show this week is going to be on Tuesday. Our shows are on different days because we all have a lot of stuff going on. Kayla, our other Kayla S, our original Kayla, she is in a play this weekend, so she couldn't be with us on. It's kind of weird because I was actually friends with Kayla Kasky first, but then Kayla S was on
OG to the show. Put that
OG to the show. Yeah. So it's like, anyway, it's confusing. There's a lot of Kaylas. There's two, but yeah. So she is actually the star of the play this weekend in Fairfield. So if you guys are looking for something to do on Friday night or Saturday during the day or Saturday night, her play is in Fairfield.
Do you know where it is? In Fairfield?
Yeah. No, but I can send you the link. I know it's in Fairfield.
Just go around and say, where is Kayla?
Where's the play?
Kayla!
Where's the play?
Where's the play?
Yeah, I forget. I forget exactly what it's called, but I remember there's Fairfield is in the name. So yeah, so we do our shows on different nights. So unfortunately, that makes it a little hard to follow, but we can always catch up on YouTube. And so yeah, Tigers Talk. It's at Tigers Talk Pod on Twitter, and you can find us, just search Tigers Talk on YouTube, or you can go to the Twitter page and there's a link there. So yeah, we're giving away a game worn autographed Von Bell jersey when we reach 1,000 subscribers. We're at like 700 something now. So please subscribe. I really am proud of everything that we're doing with the show. We would like, it's hard to balance guests because it's like, we would love to do all these different things with guests. We have a lot of really good ideas for guests, but it's hard because it's like, we have so many different things now. And I'm to the point where it's like, do I make another show? Do I have different episodes throughout the week? So it's kind of, we're still trying to figure it out. It's only the second year that we've done it. So, we're still growing and learning and things like that. But, we're really excited about the bombshell.
I don't always get to catch your shows because you guys do it late. Yeah. 7 o'clock and I gotta go to bed because I work in the middle of the night. But the time that I try to watch them on the replay. One thing I do enjoy, and that's why I like having you girls on the show, is you guys do know what you're talking about. You're not just, I like the uniforms and his butt looks good. Like, you guys really seriously know, what you're talking about. So that's one thing I like to try to tell people. If you really want some information and just a fun show to watch, go check you guys out at Tiger Talk. So I appreciate what you guys are trying to do, just to try to change the narrative of what, people think of women football sometimes.
Exactly. And, I think a lot of people forget that 50% of the NFL fan base is women. Yeah. And, people think that, you're trying to sleep with the players and blah, blah, blah. I can tell you right now, we are all happily married. And so that is has nothing to do with it. Right. We just really enjoy the game of football. And I think there are a lot of people that talk about football who have never played football. So to say that we wouldn't know what we're talking about because we never played football, I think it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I appreciate the kind words, Jeff, because we are really proud. I'm proud of the girls that we have on there. I think we're all very smart and knowledgeable about the game. So
exactly. I know from experience, because Mrs. Ice is very football knowledgeable. I mean, unfortunately, she's a Buccaneer fan, but she does root for the Bengals. So that's the only drawback. She grew up in Florida. So, but actually, believe it or not, she's actually going to come with me. She'll be at the RJ Cinema Theater. So if anybody ever actually wants to meet Mrs. Ice, there are some people like, do you have a wife? Like, I do. I mean, she's been on the show a couple of times, but they're like, so she will be there. So you can test her football knowledge if you like, and she's. Yeah,
be sure and quiz her. We love that when you say you're a fan of the team and people just quiz you.
Who did this in 1980? Get the hell.
It's the most annoying thing ever.
Right.
Or they'll be like, you can't name 5 players.
Oh, don't worry. People do that to me too. What college did this guy go to? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, you've been on for 44 minutes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on and doing this so I can go to my nephew's football game and have some fun. Actually, I'm going to head down to practice. Hopefully go say hi to my boy Teddy K. Go see Jackpot, see how he's doing. Because Jackpot told me he was going to listen to the wonderful song, the Jackpot Joey song. I want to find out if he actually listened to it yet or not. Anyway, anything else you want to plug or anything before I let you go, Jess?
Oh, I don't think so. Just go subscribe to our YouTube. We're really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's important to us because once you get to 1,000 subscribers, I think you can get closed captioning on demand. And Meg is one of my very good friends, and she's
Yes.
deaf. And there's a lot of really great Bengals fans that are deaf, and you can get the captions after the fact. But I think once you have 1,000 subscribers, you can get live captions. So that's something that's really important to me. So please subscribe to Tiger's Talk on YouTube.
That is
Thank you.
awesome. That's great. I should actually do that on mine so Meg can actually watch me live because I like
Yeah.
Meg. I met her. I keep forgetting.
She's
to do that.
great.
She's awesome.
She's a great fan.
You guys should go follow her, Megan Burr. That's what she goes on
Meg.
Twitter. See, I can't do that. There you go. Anyway, Who Day.
Who Day.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Please make sure you guys go and subscribe to Tigers Talk. And I'm serious. They are very knowledgeable, and they're a lot of fun to be around. It's fun to watch them. So go check them out, support them, try to help them get to 1,000 subscribers. Again, come to RJ Cinema Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get to that Facebook groups that let me live stream, which, like I said, this isn't live, but I'm going to give them a shout out anyway because I appreciate all the support that they have given me. We got Who Day Nation, Who Day Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And as always, you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I usually pull the sound off. I probably won't, but I do have some podcasts. So if you ever want to find the podcast form, go to BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. YouTubers, my originals. We're at 1,888. And like I've said multiple times on here, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you if you're going to come to RJ Cinema and come hang out with me and Maddie, and Bengals and Brewers is going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can hang out with all of us and root on the Bengals win over the Jets. And what we like to do, this is something that me and Maddie have been trying to get started. If you watch the Jackpot Joey song, we edited the video when they hit touchdowns. That's a jackpot. So we might try to get a jackpot chant when we enter the red zone. Yes, jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. I don't know. It'd be something fun to try and do in a movie theater. We'll see what happens. We can try to do it. Anyway, just come to the theater. Let's have some fun. Like, again, no cover charge. First 50 people get a free beer. We're giving away Jackpot Joey stuff at halftime. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait till Sunday. I am so excited. I want to get this dub and get this monkey off our back, get that win, go Thursday night, and the White Tigers and the Ring of Honor beat Miami, get the 2-2, and shut everybody up. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I might be doing a show Saturday. So, as I always say, make sure you like, subscribe, and share because if I go live, you'll be notified. So, keep a lookout. If I do want to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, I'll let you guys know. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Go drink a Jackpot Joey beer this Friday night. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!